Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Today we're back with another fashion video, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the pieces of clothing that I picked up recently that have been helping me to romanticize my life. Hello friends, I hope you're all doing well. I'm so excited to be back with another fashion video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some items that I've thrifted, purchased on Etsy, or purchased from some of my favorite retailers. And I'm so excited to show you all of the pieces. There are also a couple of gifted items I'm going to be showing you guys as well, but I'll definitely make sure to denote that on the screen. But before we jump into the video, don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already. It's totally free and I'll let you know when I upload new videos, which is every single Wednesday, which we'll talk about that actually a little bit more at the end. I think the schedule might be changing for the sake of quality of content over quantity of content. So again, we'll talk about that more at the end. But for now, feel free to subscribe down below. You can also check me out on social media. I'm super active on Instagram and also TikTok. And now, let's just dive right on in. In 2020, a lot of us were introduced to the ideas of fashion aesthetics and romanticizing your life. I had been romanticizing my life for a long time before I knew what I was doing, and it was really not until I was introduced to creators like Darling Desi and the Cottage Fairy that I realized, oh, hey, that's actually what I'm doing. This is called romanticizing my life. Once I was sort of aware of what I was doing, I was able to sort of full speed implement things into my life to help me romanticize my life. And one particular area that I have found a lot of joy in has been fashion. Giving myself permission to dress exactly how I want to, even if it's quote-unquote impractical, wearing big, flouncy, puffy cottagecore dresses to sit at a desk and work, or wearing chunky loafers to go for a hike in the woods. Now, of course, there is a safety component. Of course, you want to wear things that are safe to wear in certain environments, so like don't wear high heels to go for a walk in the woods. You might break an ankle. But within the bounds of reason, I gave myself the permission to wear exactly what I wanted to wear and to take up space. I think that's a really big part of romanticizing our lives. It's the idea of allowing ourselves to actually take up space when I think so many of us shrink ourselves to fit into the boxes people assign us to. Now, I don't talk all that much about my mental health here on my channel because, to be quite frank, it's a bit frightening to open yourself up to scrutiny and criticism from people on the internet who might not always have your best interests at heart. But in talking about romanticizing your life, for me, romanticizing my life has actually been incredibly beneficial for my mental health. I've struggled with depression for most of my life, and while dressing in pretty clothes is not gonna cure that, it's definitely been beneficial for my mental health, and it's something that I've even worked with my therapist to talk about and help me sort of shift my wardrobe to actually represent me, who I am in each different phase of my life. Now, this is actually a psychological term, so let's open up the computer to talk about it for a second. So it's actually a term called enclothed cognition. According to the American Psychological Association, enclothed cognition is, quote, the term used to describe the systematic influence that clothes have on the wearer's psychological processes. The psychologists are still sort of studying this idea, but what many of them have found is that the way that we dress can actually physically change our mood and our attitudes, which consequently can often help our mental health, which I think is actually really cool. I think often we think of fashion, we think of something quite superficial, but I think it can be so much deeper than that. So I'm excited to share with you guys the bits and bobs I've been wearing that have just been helping to boost my confidence, making me feel really excited about fashion again. So let's just dive right on in because I've blabbed on enough. Okay, so I think we're gonna start with the things I picked up from Hollister. You guys know I'm a big Abercrombie fan. I had no idea Hollister was owned by Abercrombie. And when I found this out, I immediately ran because I have been eyeing some dresses at Abercrombie, but they're just quite expensive, and Hollister had similar versions, just a little cheaper. My assumption is they function similarly to how the Gap and Old Navy work. So at Old Navy, the margin for error is a bit higher, so there's more likelihood that you can have slight imperfections on your clothing, which is why the prices are a bit lower than what they would be if you were to shop at the Gap, which has a smaller margin of error and there's less of a chance that there will be any sort of imperfection. I imagine Hollister and Abercrombie work in a similar way. But let me show you the bits and bobs I got. A few weeks ago, I was talking to you guys about the dream items I wanted to get for my spring and summer wardrobe. Peasant dresses were on there. I got two that I'm so excited about. I've never done a color analysis before, but every time I wear bright reds, I always get told it's my color. So I got this dress and I love it. Red's always been one of my favorite colors to wear, and this also has pink in it, and pink is my favorite color, so I was just so excited to pick this up. It was on sale, so you can definitely get them for a good sale price. This is in a size large and it fits like a dream. It's got the lovely gentle puff sleeves. I'm really sort of moving into a more gentle, smaller puff sleeve in this sort of era of fashion I'm in. And then it has a ruched bodice, which I really love. It's got a midi length skirt with a ruffle at the bottom and a nice little slit, which I've been enjoying lately. It's got some shirring in the back, and I like that the shirring's only in the back and not in the front. And so that just makes this a little bit more comfortable, a bit more stretchy. And I was so excited to pick this up. This is definitely going to be like my dress for spring, I think, spring and summer. I'm just so excited to have this. I also picked up a similar dress. They're a bit different, but they're similar, in this navy blue color. Now, I also have recently sort of been really enjoying wearing navies and blacks on top of browns, which you guys know I'm a big fan of wearing brown as well. And so I picked this one up. They look very similar. The bust line is a bit different, which I liked, but they have the same little puffy sleeve. And then this one is a bit more of a sweetheart neckline, and it's got some ruching going up and down on the bodice. It is the same length skirt, but there's no ruffle on the bottom, and then it also again has that cute little slit. Now, I don't know what happened to this dress. I wore it for the first time yesterday, and before I even put it on, there is like, I don't know what happened. There's maybe like burn marks or something, or makeup marks, or I don't know what it is. Something happened to the sleeve. I cannot get it out. I washed it. I used a stain stick on it. I don't know what happened. This came with me to the UK and I just didn't get to wear it while I was there. So maybe something happened in the luggage. Maybe there was something in the luggage that I didn't know was in there. So not 100% sure what happened there. I'm gonna keep trying to get it out, but to be honest, I could just wear a cardigan with it, or I just pretend it's not there. Just pretend it's not there. These two dresses have been just dream dresses, and I'm just so excited to have them. Now, that navy blue dress is one that I really love wearing with this cardigan here. You might be looking at this and saying, is that the Taylor Swift cardigan? Well, kind of. It's a dupe because these sweaters have been sold out for a long time. It's a dupe of the Taylor Swift folklore sweater. And basically, I went on Etsy and I saw that people were making similar sweaters. So I just picked one up because I really wanted one, and I didn't want to pay the resale price. That was like $300 for one of these sweaters, if not more. And so I saw somebody was hand knitting their own sweaters that had a similar knit pattern and like the little stars on it. And so I went ahead and got it. I'm fine with that. I know some people have very mixed opinions about buying dupes and whatnot, so totally understand if it's not your thing, but I was not going to pay $400 for resale because there's also some moral gray area with that too. So it's like I either just don't have one at all, or I find a similar one and support a small business who's making their own versions. So that's what I chose. But yeah, it's beautiful cream color. And it has the navy blue stripes at the end and around the neck, which ties in so perfectly with that dress. Together, I feel like just this really cutesy, like hipster girl, and that's exactly the vibe I'm loving at the moment. I wore this out and about the other day when I did a day in my life mini vlog, which I did post here as a short, so you're welcome to check that out if you want. But of course, I will be styling all of these pieces for you guys in future videos as well. Another Hollister piece that I picked up is another cardigan. So along with being a sort of hipstery cottagecore girl, I also really enjoy dark academia and light academia. And recently I was sort of on the hunt for a good brown plaid cardigan, and I found one at Hollister. While I was there getting those dresses, I happened to walk through the clearance section and I saw this one here on the clearance rack for like $10 or $15. It was so affordable and I was really excited to have found it. It is this beautiful chocolatey brown, and then it has this sort of mushroomy, creamy grayish kind of color. It's like a tannish gray shade. Now there are a couple of loose strings, as you can see, like right here, but it was on clearance, so I'm sure that's probably contributed to it being on clearance. But I'm so excited to have picked this up. It's in a size medium, and it has a good, like, nice fit, but gently oversized because it's got like a good puff sleeve going on. It's just so cozy, so comfortable. I absolutely love it, and it's exactly what I was looking for, and I cannot wait to wear this in a library and just romanticize the heck out of being in a library, maybe reading or editing or whatever I'm doing, writing. So really excited to romanticize the heck out of my life wearing this. Okay, the last thing that is not thrifted or gifted is this bag. I shared it with you guys last week. I picked this up at the airport Harrods when I was in London, and it is just one of the most beautiful bags I've ever had the privilege of owning, and I love it so much. I was really excited to have this, especially given that Harrods was one of my favorite parts of this trip. And it is just this beautiful creamy white colored bag with these tiny pink illustrations of all things London. There's like a telephone booth and Big Ben, and I think this is Buckingham Palace if I'm looking at it correctly. And like different parks and things, maybe like Kensington Gardens or whatever. I can't really read it. But I just thought this was such a wonderful keepsake from this trip. I don't know, every time I wear this I just feel so posh. It just brings back so many good memories from our trip. And so it's definitely helping me romanticize my life by sort of reminiscing on one of the coolest trips I've ever had the privilege of going on. So the next few items you guys may have seen if you watch my YouTube shorts or if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok. And it's these two Susan Bristol sweaters that I got on Poshmark. We'll start with the one that I bought first, which is this one. I picked up this Susan Bristol sweater for $25, which from what I'm hearing from all of the thrift queens is that I got a massive steal, and I have to tend to agree. Now this is a itchy wool sweater, so it's definitely one that I'll be wearing more in the fall, so I can wear like a turtleneck underneath it, but it is this masterpiece. Basically, these sweaters are hand knitted, and they are just actual wearable pieces of art, and I can't believe it took me this many years to learn about this brand. This is the one I picked up for $25, and I mean, I love it so much. So as you can see, it is like a little orchard kind of scene, and there's like a little farmer and a girl, and they are picking some apples, and there's sunflowers, and there's geese, and there's like little picnicky bits, and it's just the cutest piece of art ever, and I am so thrilled to have this, and I'm just gonna be living my absolute cottagecore dreams in this. I cannot wait to wear this to go apple picking. Like, I will be doing that. I can't wait. Okay, and then the other one I got, I can actually wear this spring, and I'm so excited to be wearing it because it is short sleeves. It's also not an itchy wool material. Instead, it's like a knitted cotton material, and I'm so excited about this one too. My jaw dropped on the floor when I saw this on Poshmark. This one was a little bit more expensive, but I mean, for all of the detail work on it, I really couldn't complain. I think this is just $35 though, which I think is still really affordable for an authentic, perfect condition, basically, vintage Susan Bristol. I love that this has the date on it. It's from 1995, and it says hand embroidered. Absolutely love this. So it is in this butter yellow color, which is one of the colors that I had also mentioned in my things that I'm hoping to add to my spring wardrobe video. So it's in this lovely butter yellow color, and then it has embroidered flowers and these little curtains, which are actual like lace doilies. It's got a girl playing like a ukulele, I believe. And then just some rabbits, hand beaded little flowers in this basket, and a chicken and more beaded work on the front, and then some rabbits on the back. I mean, again, an actual piece of art. It's wild to me that things like this exist in the world, to be honest. Like, it's just beautiful. And it's definitely something I'm going to be treasuring for a really long time. Now, I'm not actually hanging them on the hangers this way because I don't want to ruin them. I'm folding them in half and then sort of hanging it this way so that they are not being like pulled too much. So not too much weight. I do recommend if you're gonna hang your sweaters to do it this way instead, so that the fabric doesn't stretch quite as much. Okay, so the last couple of bits here are gifted. So we're gonna start with these pants here. one of you guys very kindly sent this pair of pants to my P.O. box. There was no name, so I have a feeling I know whom of you sent this, so thank you. But one of you guys sent this to my P.O. box, and look how fun these are! These are the most detective Sherlocky pants, and I love them. They're also linen and quite lightweight, so I know they're gonna be so great for spring. I can't wait to live my whiskey grandpa, as Rachel Maxey would say, dreams in these pants. They are so fun. I love the pinstriping. I love that they kind of remind me of an old school like gangster in like the 1920s or something. They're just so cool. They are from the brand String Bean. They are just like the slightest bit tight, but I think paired with like a thinner top, this could look so cool, or with like an untucked sweater, or maybe with a tucked sweater if I can get it to tuck in. That will look very cute. I am just excited to see all of the things I can do with this. I think they're going to be so fun to play with, and thank you so much. You guys never have to send me anything, but when you do, I really do appreciate it. It's very, very kind of you. Okay, and then the last bit, actually a brand that I talk about all the time, reached out to me on Instagram and sent me a few necklaces. So you guys might be familiar with Camp Hollow Studios. I have a couple of necklaces from them that I wear all the time, my little deer necklace and then my snowy owl necklace. And they reached out to me and they were like, hey, we'd love to send you a couple of necklaces in exchange for some like Instagram stuff. So you'll see more stuff on Instagram. But I figured I would just also feature these items here because they are the epitome of cottagecore jewelry. So they sent me 3 necklaces, which is so very nice of them. The first one is this little red panda necklace. I've been eyeing this, when I say for years, I mean years, like 2 years. I've been eyeing this necklace and wanting to buy it, and then the fact that they sent it to me was just like next level, so cool. So really excited to get this, and I can't wait. Think of all of the cottagecore and like outdoor fairy core kind of outfits I can wear. Oh my gosh. And like I've recently been really loving Ghibli core, so Ghibli core outfits with these two, oh my gosh, so cute. They also sent me, this one is my dad's favorite, I think, this little raccoon on a gold branch, the little trash panda. He's so adorable. Just yesterday I was wearing this Harry Styles t-shirt that it says like one night only New York City, and I was like, you cannot get more perfect than wearing a trash panda with a New York City shirt. So I was wearing these together and it was a pristine combination. And so I was really excited to get this. It's so cute. And then the last one I got, also freaking out. Bears are one of my absolute favorite animals. I have been dying to see a black bear in the wild forever. We occasionally get them in our neighborhood and I always miss them. One time I almost fell down the stairs. I was so excited because my mom was like, there's a bear outside, and I was like running to go and see it, and by the time I got down the stairs after almost falling, it was gone. So I missed out on that opportunity. But they also very kindly sent me this little one here. It is called King Bear, though if we're being honest, you can't tell me this doesn't look exactly like Merida's mom in Brave. When she's a bear and she's like the little crown on her head. So it is this little one here. It is just a little brown bear and she has a gold crown on. And I absolutely adore it. I can't wait to wear all of these necklaces for the rest of my life. They're just so lovely. And now to have 5 Camp Hollow necklaces feels like such a privilege and an honor, and I don't really know what I did to deserve this or for them to send them to me. But I'm absolutely so over the moon by them and just really grateful to have been given them. And they, I mean, truly are some of my favorite necklaces I've ever owned. Alright guys, well that is all of the things. These have been things that I picked up over the last month or two, so I hope that you got to enjoy seeing some of my new favorite items that are helping me romanticize my life. I'm hoping to style some of these pieces in a video specifically dedicated to styling outfits to help me romanticize my life, and so you'll definitely see some of these pieces again in that sort of world. Speaking of, I've done a lot of thinking about this. I've been making YouTube videos for over a decade now, and I think it's time for a change. I've been doing this for a while, and I think instead of continuing to do weekly uploads with content that I am proud of, but that I know could be even better, I am going to switch to uploading twice a month instead. So the goal schedule would be every other week, though maybe we'll get like a first and fourth week of the month on occasion if a video takes a bit more time to work on. Essentially, I want to do this so that I can create even higher quality content, and so that I can spend an even longer time filming and editing and going to different locations and just spending more time on the actual production of it. I have a full-time job. YouTube is a hobby for me, and so I think it's hard to sort of treat YouTube as a full-time job and also have like an actual full-time job. And what I think doing this could do would give me the ability, the space, the room, the chance to create higher quality, more aesthetic content that I'm really, really proud of, and that I think you guys will love even more. I hope you guys are okay with that. I know it's like a big change, but I really appreciate your support with this and your support with my channel over the 10+ years that I've been making content. I love you guys so much and appreciate your support on this. Anyway, I think that's really all I have for you guys, so I hope you go out there and romanticize the heck out of your life with your fashion as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget it costs absolutely nothing to be kind to yourself and others. Bye.